that community near and far has united. Oh, it's been fundamental in raising the profile of Nicky's disappearance, generating those lines of inquiry. What I cannot stress enough is please keep those lines of inquiry, please keep them factual. Don't clog that 101 line that we really need to have that factual information come through to give the police lines of inquiry. Even the locals, with all the disruption they've had on the village, they've been so supportive. We've all got the end goal to bring Nicky home.
They can't give up hope, and because there are, of course, 2 little girls at home that want their mummy home.
Nicky is just a lovely human being inside and out. He's living a normal life, dropping the children off at school, going on a daily walk, things planned, going out on the weekend, seeing friends and family. Yeah, you just can't make sense that this is actually happening and here we are.
And I suppose knowing Nicky and what type of person she is, a mum and a partner, this is out of character?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Nicky, as you know, we're a rural village, we're just normal people, simple lives. Yeah, it's completely out of character. Torture, it's despair, it's frustration. So today, it's 2 weeks since Nicky has gone missing, so the police are crying out for any information on this gate and this part of the road, which is Garstang Road in St Michael's on Wyong. As I said today, I'm almost feeling a little bit numb today. 2 weeks on, but we still have that hope that today will bring something, we can bring those girls home to Poland. Bring Nicky home. He can't crumble as well, when Mummy's missing, Paul's got to remain very strong for them. But he's taking each day as it comes. Obviously, we're keeping normality, the children at school.
Being friends are devastated. You go from being hopeful to being heartbroken to being, and just trying to be strong, because all we want is to find her.
She's got 2 little girls wanting a mummy, so anybody's got any information, please just come forward. We don't know why she's missing, where she is, we just want her home.
Emma, the past fortnight has taken its toll.
It's just this roller coaster of torture, despair. We've got to frustration now. The frustration is we are 2 weeks on. We've got the work of the police, the work of the community, the work of mountain rescue, all that's happening behind the scenes. There is that hope. We have no news, we don't know anything, so we are telling the truth to the children. We literally know nothing, but we're doing everything we possibly can to find that key piece of information.
At the church near the river this morning, they were lighting candles for Nicola. Not a vigil, not in memory, but in hope.
It is getting harder as time goes on. I think, it's the not knowing. It's not knowing, is she somewhere scared? Is she safe? It's the not knowing,
How are you?
No, not at all.
Good to see you.
You'll let me in.
Well, it has been like that. So you actually saw the phone, is that right? Yeah. You saw the phone that Friday morning?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was around, was it after 9:30?
I gave a full statement to the police with the exact time because my wife's telephone call had the time on it, so but I've given a full statement.
Yeah.
Was it just on the bench, or? Was it just on the bench?
The phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the last 3 weeks been?
Each day something new comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah. And in terms of, when you saw phone, lead and Willow, you knew who Nicola was?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you knew Willow, that was it, wasn't it? You knew Willow.
I'd seen both the owners of Willow walking this dog in the past, but whilst I knew them by face, I didn't know your face, and it's nothing there.
Yeah. But I remember you actually telling me, when you saw the phone, the lead and Willow, you were like, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on it, because something doesn't feel right.
I thought somebody gone to the toilet in the, that was my friend. I got them at this red brick building here, and this is not right. And then there was a conversation, but my wife was trying to ring me, I was trying to ring her. Penny had rung my wife to say that you should fasten the dog up that was.
And Penny was the lady who actually spotted Willow initially and saw the phone but didn't know what was going on with the phone.
Right, yeah.
And then after that, what happened?
Well, it was just a progression of things happening. We found out, because of the wallpaper on the phone, we found out who the couple were, then the school was contacted and Paul arrived.
Yeah.
Police are still searching for a woman who went missing on Friday while walking her dog. Nicola Bulley's Cocker Spaniel and her mobile phone were found on a bench close to where she was last seen by the river near St Michael's on Wyre. Her friends have told 5 News it's heartbreaking. From the village, Peter Lane reports.
Day 5 of the search. A boat team back out on the River Wyre. Lancashire Fire and Rescue working alongside the police here. The mystery, where is Nicola Bulley, the mum of 2 who worked as a mortgage broker and vanished on Friday? She was last seen walking her dog near the river after dropping her daughters at school. Her friends told me Nicola's partner, family and the whole community are desperate for news.
We've got a mummy missing and 2 little girls asking where their mummy is. And then we've got Paul being so strong for his little girls, but imagine the roller coaster he's going on. It's just heartbreaking. Every type of emotion you can imagine. She's so well loved. She's just kind, beautiful inside and out. She'd do anything for anybody.
What we're holding on to is no news is good news, and we have to hold on to hope because that's what's pushing us forward at the moment. And anyone who knows Nick just knows that a family are a world, and girls are absolutely everything. And if she could be at home with her girls and Paul, we just don't have any doubt that that's where she'd be.
By a good friend of Nicola's, Emma White. Good to see you again, Emma. We keep calling her Nicola. You knew her as Nikki, of course.
Yes.
And your thoughts, I'm interested in your thoughts after that update from police yesterday. When you heard what the police had to say, what went through your mind?
Let's just take you back to yesterday. So yesterday was a 7-day milestone. It was a roller coaster in itself. You wake up, still no news. Okay, we'd already planned the 7 days, a big media publicity. We were out there with the banners. So then to hear just in the afternoon that had driven awareness, influx of calls, that hope was ignited. I couldn't tell you the feeling like something's got to come of all this information. We then get the news bulletin and it comes up with this hypothesis, then that sinking feeling again. And I just wanted to quote, so what we're saying is, what struck a chord, she said the search continues to no avail, and then obviously a hypothesis is unlimited information. And when we're talking about a life, we can't base it on a hypothesis, surely we need this factual evidence. And like you just both said, that's what the family and us are all holding on to, that we're actually no further on than sadly last Friday. We still have no evidence, and that's why we're out again in force.
Yeah, I can sense frustration in your voice. Do you feel frustrated?
It's not frustrated, but you don't base life on a hypothesis, do you? You absolutely can have hypotheses, but then you need something to back that hypothesis up to become factual.
Do you think it might almost have been better not to have mentioned that, to have just said we don't have any new information, but we are still appealing for help, we are still appealing for, like they did, dash cam footage and the like, but actually not necessarily saying that is now their theory?
100%, and I think we just said, we talked to the family, they obviously discussed that with the family. We didn't believe it was going to go into a live news bulletin when it is this hypothesis, so yeah.
Yeah, you're great friends with Nikki and Paul. What's Paul saying this morning? Did you have a chance to speak to him after the conference yesterday?
Yeah, as soon as we heard, we said, what's the message? And he was just like, keep going until we find something factual.
And you were here chatting to me yesterday, and you were so buoyed up and so hopeful because the police have had more calls, haven't they? They have had more information through. Did you get any sense of what that information might have been?
No, all I know, it was a significant influx in calls that they had to bring another 101 team in to answer the calls. So when you hear that news coming from the police, you think, oh my, there has to be a glimmer there has to be something coming from that today, just to give a line of inquiry to go on. So when the news bulletin came, I thought, oh, they might have found something that we don't know. And we thank everybody that did come forward. What I would say is we need to keep it to factual information. Like they could have received 100 calls on, I don't know, that's not relevant to the case.
Yeah, it needs to be a genuine factual information. No, that's a good point. There's been a lot of talk about a tennis ball and that Willow